I knocked out the smallest, weakest kid in school. I didn't have any problems with bullying in high school until I met Chester. He was about 4 feet 11 inches and weighed 85 pounds. He was literally the tiniest kid in the 12th grade. Even though he was the smallest and weakest, he was the worst bully I had ever met. He could be as abusive to anyone he wanted because both of his brothers were 6 feet 6 inches and weighed 300 pounds and were pure muscle. They were the starting offensive linemen on the football team and were not to be messed with. Everyone in school would never go against Chester because they were terrified of his big brothers. I was doing the bench press in weightlifting class and Chester took a 5-pound dumbbell, and while I was laying there, he said, "Hey doofus, have you ever felt a snake bite?" I looked up at him and he slammed the dumbbell down into my ribs, cracking 2 of them. I told the teacher and Chester denied it, saying that I was making it up. He has a way of acting like a soft-spoken victim and said, "I'm not even strong enough to lift a 5-pound weight, sir." The teacher believed him and let it go. I couldn't breathe or laugh too hard for 2 months. The next incident happened in history class. The teacher stepped out for a minute and Chester was sitting right behind me. He asked me, "Have you ever felt the devil's pinch?" As I turned to see what he was talking about, he stabbed me in the back of my shoulder with a pencil. It went in about an inch and I hadn't ever felt pain like that. I told my teacher and he asked Chester if he did it and he denied it and said, "Ask anyone here if they saw me do it. They'll tell you the truth. He's making it up." The teacher looked out at the other students and they all turned away, not wanting to go against stupid little Chester. The teacher gave some lame talk about how we all have to be kinder to each other and didn't discipline Chester. I had to leave school and get 7 stitches. My mom asked me what happened, and the reason I didn't tell her was because I knew that I would have to handle this myself in some way. At some point, I wasn't sure how yet. Then about a month later in PE, we were playing baseball, and Chester came up behind me and said, "Have you ever felt a scorpion sting?" Before I could respond, he cracked me in the side of the knee with the metal bat. I was limping for a month and still feel pain in my knee when it rains. I started taking kickboxing classes after school because I couldn't keep letting this crap happen. My instructor was awesome and taught me just enough to be able to handle myself. I trained for almost a year, 5 or 6 days a week. I sparred with other semi-pro kickboxers and would get beaten up at first, then slowly started getting in some shots and being able to hang with them. I earned their respect. Chester would randomly slap or punch me at different times throughout the rest of the school year, and I just took it, stored each blow away in my mind. I was a senior, and I didn't want to get into any trouble that would mess with my college scholarship. I was patient. I waited for the last day of school when I knew that I couldn't really get into any trouble for fighting. I waited for